With the Dow Jones Industrial Average off just a mere 2.0% on Wednesday, it almost felt like something of a relief, like we should have a victory rally or something, given how bad things were on Monday or Tuesday. But still, even the smaller declines couldn't help kind of tamp down the echoing voice in a lot of people's heads on Main Street, everyday investors who are wondering, with things so messed up in the markets, is now the time to sell and go entirely into cash? The problem with this line of thinking is that it involves something called market timing. Market timing implies that you not only have a sense of when the right time is to get out of a certain asset, like your stock mutual funds, but that you also know when to get back in again, too. So let's just dispense with the first part of that. The fact is that the best time to have gotten out of stocks would have been about a year ago, not right now. Right now we're looking at major stock indexes that are down anywhere from 30 to 40%. If you get out now, you're essentially locking in those losses. Then the other problem here is that you've got to figure out when to get back in. This turns out to be a real problem because when you're sitting on the sidelines, just missing a couple of days of rebound, whenever that may be, tomorrow, next week, in a couple months, in a couple of years, if you miss just a couple of those days, studies show that you may miss out on huge amounts of gain in your overall portfolio over time. Turns out that those few days can make a huge difference, and nobody knows when those days are going to happen. There's no email message that goes out. There's no broadcast ahead of time. You just have to simply know, be smart enough to be in the market on those days, and most of us just simply can't figure that out. So a better situation for you might be to think about your stock portfolio the same way that you think about your house if you own one. The fact is that's probably down big too, but you're not thinking about selling it and renting right now. You're thinking about it over 5 years or 10 years and 20 years. And if you're not someone who's retiring in the next couple of years, you have that luxury of time, and it's probably best to think about your stocks the same way that you think about your house. I'm Ron Lieber for the New York Times.